How's it going, Katie?
Hi, Andy. Did you drop off Theo at nursery school?
Yeah, I dropped him at school. How was your meeting?
I didn't go to my meeting. I was counseling with a poor young man.
I need to ask you some advice.
Sure, Andy.
Theo's getting willful, almost disobedient-like.
In what way?
Disobedience. He asks for different type of foods and so forth.
So different from what you're used to preparing?
I mean, I never confused myself with a master chef. And then he's willful with our after-school recreation. Don't like our rides no more that I enjoyed walking around with him on.
That poor young crackhead I met with this morning, Andy. If you could see the place he was living in.
Well, what's that got to do with the concern? I just asked you about Theo, Katie. Not to mention, what are you doing going to a place where a crackhead's living at?
It was so filthy, and there was the filthiest pornography on his computer screen.
Oh, my God, have you lost your mind?
He's lost everything. He lost his girlfriend, he lost his job, and she took his cat, which she should have done because he wasn't feeding it anyway.
Well, this is just great, Katie. Thank you very much for the good, specific advice, not to mention the peek into realizing the totally crazy way you are living your life.
Do you have to go out on a case?
That seems to be the drift of things, yes.
Do you have to go to an immediate emergency, or can I talk to Andy for just one more second?
Sure, no problem.
What, you want to tell me the porno titles this guy's watching?
Another few minutes at DOA is not going to get any more dead.
When you asked me about Theo, why I was telling you about John, Andy.
John, your good friend, the crackhead porn fan?
In his room this morning, when he didn't want any help. I got so upset with John. And the more upset I got, the more I was thinking about his character defects. But then God gave me to understand that past a certain point, I couldn't make myself feel better by setting my own schedule for how he was supposed to live his life. I could only pray for his welfare. That some steps John had to take alone. And that came as a blessing to me, accepting that. If that helps with Theo. I don't know.
Anyways, I gotta go.
I do too. I'm going to a later meeting. Take care, Andy.
Yeah. I gotta buy one of them rearing books.
Room clerk found the body and called it in. We were securing the crime scene when the smoke detector went off. There was a cigarette in the bed, I guess.
Where's the DOA?
Over here. Anyway, up come the firemen, do their number, which is why it's all wet.
And the crime scene's trampled.
Yeah,
Mark Tully, where's the body?
it's in the bathroom.
Thank you.
Look at this poor guy. Stab wounds, mutilation.
I'll say.
Who is he?
Daryl Connors, 34, Virginia driver's license. Clerk says he stay here regular. Bring in male prostitutes all night.
Well, let's talk to him.
Right. Excuse me. This here's the hotel clerk, Larry Hansen.
How you doing, Larry?
I'm kind of bowled over.
It must have been a shock.
You know, when I first found Daryl, he was wearing his Rolex and a gold ring. And when I went to identify Mr. Connor with the officer, he wasn't wearing any jewelry.
Oh, yeah?
I have an image in my mind of that beautiful watch against the porcelain of the bathtub.
What can you tell us about him?
I'm familiar with Daryl because he'd stay here once a month or so. It comes up from Richmond.
Comes alone?
Yes, but he'd go find company pretty quickly. Boys. He was very candid with me. Showed me his money clip of $100 bills. These will all be in strange men's pockets by the end of the night, he'd say.
How many guys would he bring up in a night?
Say 4.
All right, we'll look into that.
Hold on a second here.
Me?
What's your name?
Jeff Chase. I'm checking out today.
You stay here last night?
Yes, but I didn't see anything.
Okay, hey, you gotta wait up.
I didn't see anything. Just a guy maybe 27 or so with a couple tattoos stormed into the hall, but that's all I know.
That's all, huh?
One's a 10, one's an 8.5, both lefts. I'm booked to leave in 2 hours. I wouldn't be here to testify. I don't live in New York.
You're an eyewitness to a murder. You gotta stick around.
I got a ticket to Chicago. I have a gig there tonight.
Well, now you got a gig in a Big Apple. Whoa. I found a penis, guys.
Sonia Lopez, this is my son Jason, who I am reporting for stealing.
I'm not stealing.
You see this jacket he's wearing? That's expensive.
I'm Detective Russell, Mrs. Lopez. You can file your report with me.
Something has turned this boy from how he was raised.
Why don't you and I talk in the coffee room? This is Detective Martinez and Kirkendall. Jason Lopez.
Hi, Jason. James Martinez, Jason.
His mother's concerned because he came home with an expensive jacket.
And rollerblades.
I didn't steal any of it.
Come on in here, Sonia.
Let's grab a seat over here and let me and Detective Kirkendall hear your side of this. I don't steal, right? I'm not a thief.
You know, sometimes mothers get wrong ideas off being worried about their kids.
Yeah, my mother's idea is wrong, all right? I mean, let her put me out. I don't care. Well, that's no good, Jason.
So, Jason, where did you get the money for the things your mom's worried you might have stolen?
Well, you know, I got a job doing computer graphics.
Your mom doesn't know about that job?
Oh, she doesn't understand computers.
Well, we need you to write down your boss's name so we can verify what you're saying is true.
He never used to be bad. But this teacher started influencing him.
What, teacher?
He never used to steal. Has to be her influence. He wants to impress her because she's the new thing in his life.
Could the jacket and rollerblades been gifts to Jason?
No. He's stealing. It can't be anything else. He's got to go to foster home and a new school.
Say we verify what you're telling us. Don't that mean you need to work on communicating better with your moms?
Yeah, I guess so.
How about your dad? You got your dad to talk to?
No, Dad.
So, Jason says he earned the money his mother's worried about. He wrote down where he works so we can check his information out.
I ask if you're working after school and you don't say anything.
Anyways, let us check this information out, then we'll see how you want to proceed.
I don't think he's got any job. I think it's her influence.
We'll look into things, Mrs. Lopez, and then we'll be in touch with you.
Now I gotta take him to school to her influence. My boy that I tried to raise right.
We'll be in touch. She thinks he's involved with his teacher.
Involved how?
She thinks the teacher gave him the rollerblades and jacket.
The computer store's not open yet. But I mean, involved with his teacher how? Maybe we take a ride over to the computer store.
What are you doing in New York?
There was an open mic opportunity I played at.
What time did you get back to the hotel?
Around 3 a.m.
Is that when you heard the fighting in Daryl's room?
Yeah. I was having trouble with the electric key thing, you know. I was trying to figure that out when this guy storms out, goes to the elevator.
The 27-year-old.
I sensed trouble.
Get to the tattoos.
The thing is, I don't vibe with New York.
Hey, did you hear me?
I can't get mixed up in something that brings me back here for a trial or whatnot.
Tattoos.
A blue dagger on his hand.
What else?
And the name Tommy on the back of the neck.
See, that's extremely helpful to us.
Yeah, it's good for you. Sucks for me. Look, I helped you out. Can you help me back?
What?
I'm maxed out on my credit cards. No cash. In fact, I still kind of owe the hotel.
We'll do what we can.
This blows.
Detectives Russell and Kirkendall, you're the owner of this shop?
That's right.
Martin Evers.
Yeah. Does a Jason Lopez work for you here, Martin?
Take these on in, Donnie. Yeah, Jason Lopez is in my apprentice program.
Yeah? What's that about?
Well, the program is essentially training kids, exposing these kids to the work environment they do graphics processing.
Yeah. How many other kids in the program?
How many?
Uh-huh.
Well, at present, Jason's the first, actually.
Oh, he's the only apprentice.
Presently, actually, that's right.
Martin, is Jason's teacher, Jenny Peters, involved in this some way?
I had him here one time and showed him around. Favorite to Jenny, exactly like you said. She just said, say he works here. Look, she's a good person. She's one of these Saint Crusaders, you know, for Latino kids. She treats them really special.
You think she's a crusader for Latino girls, too?
What are you imputing?
Oh, nothing, Martin.
Stick around your store where we can find you.
Yeah. Thanks for your help.
So none of you EMSs was there prior to the cops. Thank you very much.
Detective Sipowicz?
That's me, Andy Sipowicz.
Danny Phillips. You called me at the firehouse?
You were at the scene at the Elsinore Hotel this morning?
Yeah. Cigarette in the bed, set it off?
Yeah, you're also aware that there was a homicide in that room. That's what all them cops were doing up there.
Evidently, there was a DOA in the bathroom.
Evidently, yeah. There's been an allegation cops might have took some jewelry from the DOA. Well, what is that? Were you a train whistle?
I don't know about that.
You didn't happen to see any jewelry in the room?
Nah. Like I say, I didn't know the guy was in there until after we were gone.
Nothing you can remember that would shed any light.
We were done, we left, you know. Cigarette smoking in the bed didn't have nothing to do with the guy's death.
Back to the firehouse, huh?
We were in and out 5 minutes, no lives to save. We left.
Yeah.
If you guys got personnel problems, I'd just as soon stay clear of that.
Okay, thanks for coming by.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Ooh, what?
The DOA and his Johnson? Separate funerals?
Detective Russell or Kirkendall? Hi, I'm Detective Russell. Jenny Peters. I'm Jason Lopez's English teacher. We hadn't gotten around to contacting you yet. Well, I wanted to come down. I'd like to set the record straight about Jason. Jill, James. This is Detective Martinez, Detective Kirkendall.
How you doing?
Miss Peters is here about Jason Lopez, who came to school this morning in tears because his mother wants you people to charge him as a thief. What can you tell us about Jason? He's 15 years old. He's very mature emotionally. He's thoughtful and joyful, and he writes poetry that would make you cry. He's bright. He can have anything in the world, and his mother wants to squander that.
Says Jason's been stealing.
No.
Because he turned up with some new clothes, a pair of rollerblades, and couldn't say where he got the money for them.
Jason makes money working. Uh-huh. I got him that job, so I can vouch that he's definitely working.
Sonia is uneasy about your influence over Jason.
Well, let Sonia file a complaint. I mean, what is the problem here? Do you have something against white people helping Latinos?
No. No, I'm not aware that we had that policy.
I'm not saying Sonia's not a good person. She's very sweet. She doesn't have sophistication.
We do try to keep on women simple.
I can teach Jason things that she can't. That's why she resents me. I guess she feels you're overstepping, Miss Peters. I've been overstepping for 15 years. I take these kids to the museum, to concerts. They come to my home. Have you had Jason in your home? Yes. I want to help him.
He likes you helping him?
He depends on it. All right, Miss Peters. Thanks for coming in. I'll do whatever it takes. I've finally found a boy who is completely worthy of all of my efforts, and I'm not letting him fall by the wayside.
Oh, that's very big of you.
Sit, boys. Get back.
You got the witness at hotel?
Yeah, we told Jeff, being it was on the jobs nickel, he'd have to downgrade the travel lodge level.
Yeah, we ran the tattoo he described on a perpetrator through the catch unit. It matches a Tommy Balamo, a couple of collars for gay prostitution.
You got an address for this male prostitute?
Just his mother's.
You talked to the fire lieutenant?
Who had nothing. That was Richmond PD. Darrell had a big reputation down there cruising boys.
Yeah, stop the presses.
Richmond PD will notify the family.
Yeah, we got this Tommy's mug shot. I suppose you want us to hit the ferry bars.
You want me to hit the ferry bars with them?
Yeah, hit the bars with him.
Fellas,
How you doing? We're looking for a male white, late 20s.
aren't we all?
A guy named Tommy Balamo. You recognize him?
Let's see.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, he comes here. Yeah.
Go put an apron on right now.
Why?
Why? Because your buttocks is exposed.
I wipe my hands on a towel exclusively.
Oh, so are you a big wit besides going through life with your crack out in public? Have you seen him today?
I was here 5 minutes before you two strolled into my life. I haven't checked out the clientele yet.
How many back rooms are there in this place?
Where's your dungeons?
No dungeons.
Okay, where's your bathroom?
Right through the chain link fence.
Sorry.
Andy.
What?
What am I doing?
You're guarding the front door.
As what?
As Greg Metavoy. Hey, Tommy? Tommy?
What are you knocking here for? Name's Steve.
Steve, what?
Steve Wynn. I'm a casino owner.
You're a funny man. This place is loaded with comedians. No, I actually have to take a piss, but how the hell can you urinate in this type of environment? Look at it, Andy. Hey, Steve. How far you coming along in that process there? You down to the paperwork yet?
Who are you? Please, open the stall and pull up your pants.
Come on. Hey. You don't own casinos?
My name's Tommy. Check the net.
Yeah, we know about the neck. We know about the scimitar on the hand. How about you coming along for a ride with us anyways, Tommy?
We'll give you some counseling on adding roughage to your diet. On what basis am I being in custody? Huh?
We'll explain that to you at your next stopping place.
That's interesting footwear there, Tommy. And leave my footwear out of this.
Oh, you're born with two right feet? Get these things off me! What's up, guy?
Can I take this off now?
Something stinks between this teacher and Jason Lopez.
She's got this dimwit at the graphics company lying for him, plus she admits to having him at her home.
Just part of our effort to save the downtrodden Latinos.
You think she's screwing around with him?
We don't know, but that's our guess.
That'd be a felony, right?
She's over 21, he's under 16, that'd be rape 3.
That's an E felony.
You bringing the boy back in?
I think we should.
The deal I would go for if I were you, Tommy. You offer a full statement in exchange for us not telling the whole world that for at least 12 hours after you did this homicide, you ran around with two right sneakers on your feet.
Is it supposed to be amusing? Just tell us what happened at the Elsinore Hotel last night, Tommy, between you and Daryl Connors of Richmond. I don't know the guy. Your trick last night. The southern guy with the fat ass.
Do I give your memory a little jog at all, Tommy, reminding you stabbed the guy 47 times and you cut his Johnson off?
Not guilty.
Tommy, you were seen leaving the crime scene. The witness described to a T that idiot scimitar you got on your wrist there, and we found you in a gay toilet with one of the DOA sneakers on your feet.
It's all circumstantial. Well, what mutual agreement can we start with here, Tommy? Is it fair enough to say that you play for the other squad? Meaning?
Meaning, Tommy, when given the whole smorgasbord of places of concealment in the city, you tend to hide among fruits.
So from where you're sitting, that makes me queer.
And combined with us finding you running around with two right sneakers, it makes you a moron.
So if you found me in an automobile assembly plant, you'd accuse me of being a car? Help us out with that, Tommy. I earn my living in a gay venue. That's all I do there. A gay venue is your occupational venue exclusively. Period. End of story. As far as gay. Homosexual behavior you might engage in that's strictly commercially motivated. And I pitch exclusively.
Here we go.
So your whole career coming up or here in the majors, you never once received a single fastball in the old catcher's mitt. Correct. Exclusively.
Unfortunately for that story, Tommy, we saw last night's date.
I pitched to that guy exclusively.
No, Tommy, you could not successfully pitch to that fat-ass catcher unless you got the tendency.
Wrong. Tommy's got a point. The guy's 5'9". He had to go 240 minimum. You want to bring in any private enthusiasm there?
I mean, for you to grab this guy's popo, you probably had to prop his belly roll up there on the nightstand.
I didn't grab popo. He wanted a spanking, he wanted to lick my feet, and he wanted to bang in the ass. I did not grab popo. He says he didn't do that, Andy. Let that go.
Hey, I'll let grabbing the guy's popo go once Tommy here explains to me how he goes from spanking a guy, letting him lick his feet, giving him a commercial pop in his seat, to stabbing him repeatedly, and then cutting his popo off. Because, to me, call me crazy, but that suggests more than a guy carrying his lunch bucket, just showing up at his gay venue, merely putting in a day's work.
I think that's back over the net to you, Tommy. I will screw you. I will spank you. You can lick my feet. But do not try kissing me. Who is that addressed to? It was addressed to the Richmond blimp. You're that straightforward with this Daryl Connors. I am telling you the exact language that I used. I mean, what part of that is so tough to understand? Now, did you go into the consequences with him, Tommy? I will do X and Y to you, and you can do Z to me. Wait a minute. What's Z to me? Because he don't do Z to me. Well, that's like him licking your feet. Oh, okay. Z to me. But I'm on record. Don't you try Q, which is kissy face.
Or I'll stab you 47 times, cut your dick off, and leave it in your underwear. Look, I got the $150 that he paid me, that I earned.
I stopped at the sink to clean up a little. And from out of nowhere, this pig comes up alongside me, grabs my face, and sticks his dirty, fat, wet tongue in my mouth.
Whoa, whoa.
I mean, what would you have done?
Say no more.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. I was told to come in.
What's going on, Jason? Let me get the other detectives.
Can we have a man-to-man talk?
Sure. Why don't we talk right there?
Are you gonna arrest me?
I gotta find out what's going on, but top of my head, I don't see you getting locked up.
I did something bad.
Honest to God, I think this is gonna be all right. And you're gonna feel better, whatever it is, getting it off your chest.
I'm having relations with Miss Peters. We seduced each other mutually, and if we have to, we're going to go to New Mexico. But I don't want to go. And I never want to have relations. I don't feel I'm as special as she says I am.
You know what, Jason? Why don't we go upstairs? We got a totally unofficial room up there where we could talk about this a little more. But I promise you, on this spot, in front of this witness, you're not getting locked up. And this is going to be all right. Okay?
Hi, Jason.
Hi. You're going to need to get Miss Peters back in here. Jason confirmed what we were talking about.
Can I just write her a letter?
You're not going to have to talk to her, Jason. We'll take care of the conversation.
I was tough getting double pierces.
How does putting a metal stud in your tongue make you feel cool? There's that girl.
Hey, Jenny, where's Jason? He was in class.
He's at our station house.
What are you trying to do? You gotta come with us, Jenny.
I don't think so. You want to cooperate or you want to make a scene?
Because we'll embarrass you in front of all these kids. You want to keep it up? This is wrong.
You want to go to the car now?
This is wrong. This is wrong. This is what the police are like. This is oppression.
Shut up.
Stupid women.
Let's get in the car.
Careful with your screwed up head.
Ring the bell. The School of Truth.
Hey, Edwards.
How's it going, Gibson?
Looking good. Fit.
Come on back here.
Sure. What's it about, Andy?
I just got these pictures in and we got a big problem.
Over this gay homicide?
Yeah. You took these photos?
Right.
Look at these pictures, Eddie. You notice any differences?
What's the problem, Andy?
Here, the guy's got a gold ring and a watch. These other three, he's got no jewelry.
That's crazy. I mean, how could that be?
You were there when that stuff disappeared, Eddie.
Andy, we were heading back from a homicide in the 5th Precinct. Heard the job at the hotel come over. We get there right after uniform. This poor fat guy's in the tub. I figure, let me get my pictures. I get one picture. The next thing you know, the whole New York Fire Department's there. Clear out the room. Let us do our job. You know how they make high drama about it?
Yeah, the smoke alarm notified him.
We get kicked out into the hall. Firemen douse the place. In 5 minutes, they leave. We go back in. I finish taking my pictures. I never noticed any difference.
You were there right before the firemen come.
And I'm back the second they're gone. If that jewelry's missing, then firemen have it.
Those arrogant humps.
Hank.
Yeah.
Hug your room clear?
Yeah.
You want something to drink?
Please don't act like my friend.
Fair enough.
Don't be looking to run this for the boss. He's down at the borough.
How's Jason doing?
He's upstairs in the crib. I'll tell you, he's pretty withdrawn, that kid, as a result of his contact with her. So, are we gonna go at this miserable bitch?
Maybe let us finish with her, James.
Why? On what basis?
She has so much attitude towards you, you know?
Oh, you think so? You feel she shows a little arrogant, patronizing attitude toward my direction?
Why let her distract herself with you?
Yeah, why let her distract herself from making a statement, this biased, arrogant bitch? Right?
You want to watch from the observation room?
Yeah. I'll watch from the cheap seats. I'll watch from the Latino section.
You dragged me in here like a criminal. Why don't you let us set the table here, Jenny? Explain your situation. Do you know the damage you've done to those children, to their idea of a teacher?
You think seducing a kid who's been taught to trust you might throw Jason's idea of teachers a little out of whack?
I'm not going to talk to you about my personal life. When you have sexual relations with a 15-year-old, Jenny, your personal life stops being personal. Then you're a collar for statutory rape. Jason Lopez is no ordinary 15-year-old. Not in my soul and not in his is anything that we have done, including what you call sexual relations, a crime. You know, you might want to check Jason's thinking on that. Oh, I'm sure that when Sonia and the rest of you are through, Jason's thinking will be tortured and confused, and you'll have him thinking that I'm a predator and he's the victim of some evil. But in a part of Jason's soul, which you will never be able to reach, Jason will remember. Jason will feel the truth.
Which deep in your soul is what?
I could never explain that to you, but Jason will remember.
Oh, we're all gonna remember you, Jenny.
Do you think his mother is going to support Jason in his academics? Let him go to college where Sonia's terrified he's going to take up with strong, smart women? That's your point of view, Jenny. I think you ought to put those opinions on paper. This is his future. She will take him out of school. She will browbeat him and frighten him until she stamps out any idea he ever had of being anything other than a laborer or a busboy. Maybe one day on your way to work you will see him half deaf, breaking up concrete with a pneumatic drill, squinting because he can hardly see because the sweat is burning his eyes. But when you look at Jason, you still won't be able to see what's in his soul. You won't be able to know what he's remembering. He's going to be remembering his teacher. He's going to be remembering me. Amen.
Andy.
Ooh, Denny.
Well, I understand you guys made an arrest in that hotel incident?
Made an arrest for the homicide, Denny, but we still didn't locate the whereabouts of the DOA's missing property.
That part continues a mystery.
Why don't you come on in and sit down here?
Yeah. Frankly, Andy, as far as that property goes, I got nothing new to contribute.
Aw, Denny, come on, take a load off. Look at some DOA photos for me.
I don't like looking at corpses.
Well, just focus on the corpse's wrist. Here. This photo here, Denny. Give it a mental label, Group A.
Group A is one photo.
And these here, let's label these Group B after the firemen have gone. What items are on the DOA's wrist there in a Group A photo, Denny, that are conspicuously absent once the firemen have left?
A ring and timepiece.
Possibly a Rolex?
Assuming these photos are unretouched, this is not my bag of crap.
If the missing property comes found, Denny, you don't have to hold it.
No, follow up into departmental brouhaha?
You got a line on its whereabouts?
I know who to talk to, believe me.
So, near term, PA Irvin can expect that watch and ring to show up on his desk?
Appropriate to widen the loop that way, Andy.
One outside witness that makes me feel more comfortable as far as avoiding a double-crosser brewski there, where you lay off the missing property bag on me there, Denny. You follow my drift.
When in Rome.
Oh, I realize you're way out of your depth.